Brad Garlinghouse is now in Paris attending a little event more properly described as a conference than a festival, therefore we will be speaking with him. While Brad Garlinghouse is attending the conference, he is also attending the fair. What's going in the area? Yes, we will investigate the chance that KRP becomes an SD. I want you to see some intriguing facts that I found because of my rare drawing privileges. I'm not sure whether it seems more likely anymore. But don't forget about the IMF. I talked with Brad Garlinghouse about 4 to 5 years ago. All right, everyone, let's get started. Into it, 8,776 Bitcoin is currently being attacked. For the first time this year, it has dropped 4% in the last 24 hours and over the last 30 days, ending at 3,490. For the first time this year, it is down 4.31%, and over the last 30 days, it has dropped by 11%. USDC and USDT are both exactly where you want them to be, and XRPs are starting to come in. It's now about 62 cents, with a main charge of 6.1 cents. When you compare it to Bitcoin, you can see that it's doing amazingly well. Ethereum, we knew this time was coming up. How did you let us know? It makes me feel bad that I told you this, but I did. That's the move, that's the setup, said the person who told you this. What did they do to keep the market going when Bitcoin was coming out in 11 days? They made you think that things would be different this time, but even though you were excited, nothing has changed. This is exactly the same thing we saw in 2017. The things we saw here were the same in 2020. They got you excited right before the price went up, and everyone started yelling, and things will be different this time. The markets went back up after they stopped making any money at all and took all of your Bitcoin winnings. The market slowed down and you became aware of how happy you were. You felt like you were on top of the world until you got back to the bottom of the stairs. At the base of the hill, you feel pretty angry and maybe even sad. As it began, what happened next? Just as we had told you before, the market started to rise again right away. Well, for however many weeks that a drop was on the way. Yesterday, a lot of people on Twitter were mean to me and said things like, "Rip, you're wrong, you're wrong." Take a look at what happened to the markets where XRP is getting traction or about to grow very quickly. Listen up today. If I'm wrong, that's okay with me, I'm ready to admit it. That being said, please don't attack me. Your story is different from mine. The very least you could have done is come back. Send me a straight message without "R," please. I am sorry. You are aware of how I feel. Up to this point, I think you were right. It's not really that hard. We all make mistakes from time to time. I get it. Since 2017, as I said I would, there have been many mistakes. As long as we're still human, we'll make more mistakes in the future. Yes, it's only 62 cents. Is this a slump? Cryptocurrencies are worth a total of $2 trillion, which is $622 billion. Will the slope of our path get less steep? For now, only time will tell. As of April 9th, all I knew was that XRP was going to move in secret in 30 to 60 days. That time frame has been cut down by 9 days, putting us between 21 and 51 days away from when XRP will move. The website is mostly about cryptocurrency news. Now that I've turned it back on, it doesn't go into much information about XRP. The website isn't constantly adding content, and it's not trying very hard to do so either. These days, YouTube is only showing stories about cryptocurrencies. Here is a list of all the crypto news we shared today. Today alone, I've written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 books. The goal will go from 10 to 20 stories a day, which will cover everything. That news will be geared toward the Bitcoin market. We'll talk about the newest and best things in NFTs, and we'll even do some basic analysis. That's it. In fact, I'm not even making any money from FreeWatt, but I want to make a place where you can get all the news you need to keep up with the latest happenings in the world of cryptocurrencies. There will soon be a supply shock. Get ready, people, we're going to send this out. Bitcoin goes over $100,000. This could make Bitcoin worth between $150,000 and $200,000. There are only 1.7 million Bitcoins on platforms right now. And now there is a new supply shock. We've already talked about the subject we're talking about. This is something we've been talking about on our show for a while now. I believe it is Eco 101 supply for you. There will also be a price for demand. In fact, when production goes up, demand goes down. Things that will happen are that the price will go up. What are some of the other projects that NFT works on? One more reason we are the best project on the XRP system is that they can have babies. There is a free potion with every purchase of Enter the Lab to make your own NFT. If you buy 5, there is a free potion plus. This is a stylish, small, and simple NFT that you can get for free. Is that one of them? If so, what are you doing? People, wake up. The new cross-port payment system from xrp+ripple Partners works with more than 30 wilds. I talked about this before and I want to do it again. This is very important because Tangelo can be used whenever you want. In fact, Tangelo's liquidity is impressive because they keep lines open all over the UAE and also reach people in China and Japan. This is really exciting news, is interesting. A 40% stake in Tangelo is held by Ripple. No matter what freeze, XRP is affected by the need for quick cash. People, you need to make good use of the digital product. What will happen if these Bitcoins lose value below 69,000 while the market for cryptocurrencies is seeing a rise of over 175 million sold? In fact, buyers are looking forward to this very moment. Make changes. I wish I had sold 12 million Bitcoins or 49 million Bitcoins. Come on, give me 12 million Bitcoins. I'm going to sell 173 Bitcoins right now, get $12 million and leave on my own. I don't mind at all, but who is doing it? We've talked a lot about Grayscale. Grayscale is selling its Bitcoins on this channel. The last one I own is one of them. Grayscale tells you how much to dump and how the market will change. Check to see how much they've changed the cost. We're interested in XRP because it makes Bitcoin less valuable and drops the market value by 5%. It makes sense to separate XRP from Bitcoin, doesn't it? Bitcoin only has a small hiccup and keeps going when it falls by 5%. And it's a nice little route, but the Grayscale will decide where the markets are. On the XRP record, the moving X monkey is what makes XRP unique from all the other L tokens. Just one well is not a sign. 2, since everyone can see it, there is no need for checks. 3, it is fair and not controlled by anyone. 4, it's not going to be blocked. It gives you cash and helps all of your investments work together. There are 6 XRPs that the network needs. Costs and reserves 7 XRP is the only token on Love that can be used as a bridge exchange for XRP. If you haven't been able to see it yet, it's because we're getting ready to start it. I really hope that we can talk about it, and I can just tell you that you are either on board with these plans and roadmaps since they have been being made for a while. What exactly are special drawing rights or SDRs? Okay, no problem. The International Monetary Fund IMF would have to choose and keep track of foreign exchange reserve assets before it could hold cryptocurrencies. That money would have to be used and kept by the country. We are seeing XRP become more stable as an asset. It's used by Pale, and Roslock talked about it in 2018. Frame, what does that mean? This means that the IMF might keep XRP. This is what Chad said about Ripple. A year ago, the IMF created what is called the World's Money or Digital Special Drawing Rights or SDRs. This is a movie now. We're working with about 50 banks around the world to make this real-time cross-border exchange possible, which will cut the time it takes to settle from about 5 days to 5 seconds and make it about 60% cheaper to send money across borders. Will fintech be bad for the security of the economy? That's the question. I don't think it will if we keep regulating things in a strong, principle-based way. Because of this, the rules we have now are very strict, and we apply different themes to each technology or product. We will use rules about things like market stability, operating resilience, and cybersecurity, all of which are important parts of a financial system. We also make sure that the controls and risk reduction methods we use are right for the risks we're dealing with, and that there are gaps in each product. We can make sure that the rules and risks are right for each product if we keep using the same method. Using a strong principle-based strategy is everything going on for a reason. Brad is here. We're not going to talk about it. We'll check back later, but Smoke Dog says that XRP has it is backed by deposits in central banks, the world's major currencies, and give governments special Jing rights over a public record. It's possible to call XRP an eSDR. It is possible for XRP to connect to any coin in the world.